books. Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. The morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Monday, April 20th. It's 4:20 here in Las Vegas and everywhere. We're ready for a great sports betting day. We're just 90 minutes away or so from the start of our sports betting day with the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. They're underway at the Boston Marathon here, or getting underway anyway in short order with the racing here from Boston. See my man Meb Klefleski there announcing the event and getting underway. So, we're having a great day here with the Boston Marathon going on ESPN2 right now, and in advance of course, Patriots Day here and the Boston Red Sox and Tigers today in a day game, a special day here on Patriots Day in Massachusetts, state holiday here. All right. Hey, we're waking up to some NFL news here today with the Eagles and Patriots expected to finalize a trade that would send A.J. Brown to New England once they hit that June 1st date period there. So, man, if Brown going to the Patriots and the Eagles are finally absolved maybe of Brown here, I don't know if it's good or bad, but the Patriots will be the home for A.J. Brown. And also just moments ago, the 49ers and 12-time Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams reached a deal that is going to be 2 years, $50 million extension, and now that's going to keep him in San Francisco for the next couple of seasons there. That one just in over the last couple of minutes here as we get ready to go here on a Monday. Thank you for joining me. We're going to preview not only Patriots Day game, but also Major League Baseball today. 10 games on the docket. We've got NBA tonight, 3 games to resume action here, and 4 games in the NHL, including a series starter with the Ducks. And the Edmonton Oilers. They didn't play this weekend. They're getting their start here today. With some interesting finals there yesterday in the NBA and NHL. We're going to cover those here right now. Hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. And let's talk about some of those games yesterday, shall we? In the NBA, the playoff games from yesterday. And we'll start off at the top of the board with the Celtics. They knocked off the 76ers 123-91. Jason Tatum, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists as the Celtics were able to smash the 76ers yesterday. And here on the Morning Steam, we did have the Boston Celtics there laying the points against the Philadelphia 76ers. We laid it yesterday in Boston Cruise. Jason Tatum, that was only his 17th game he's played this season. Actually, the 76ers were dismal. 4 for 23 from three-point range. Embiid, of course, did not play in that one. So Sixers going to need him back, or they're going to be out of here anyways. Boston rolled yesterday to the victory. Also was the Thunder all over the Suns, 119-84 there. I was on the over in that game, but the Suns could only manage 84 points as the Thunder put it down yesterday. Thunder forced 17 turnovers there in the game. Phoenix shot just 35% in that one. The Magic knocked off the Pistons 112-101 in another blowout here. Man, we're seeing all double-digit victories here yesterday. Paolo Banchero, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Cade Cunningham scored 39 points for the Pistons. He probably passed it too much. The rest of the Pistons shot just 36%. So Cunningham, maybe he should have been a ball hog in this game. And the Magic were pulling out the upset there on the road. I mentioned the blowouts, but it wouldn't go that way with the Magic upsetting the Pistons. And the Pistons will be playing from behind here. Pistons have lost 11 straight playoff games at home. Yeah, it's been a while, but still, that's not a great record, not a great mark. Also shows that, they were also up against it in a lot of their series as well, playing from bottom seeds. This time they're playing from the top, and now they're here. San Antonio over Portland, 111-98. San Antonio led by 10 at halftime. Victor Wembanyama scoring 35 points in his first ever playoff game. The Spurs were good, especially when Dylan Harper was on the floor. A lot of people were talking Harper up yesterday for his props, and man, he looked good in that one. He's an X factor for the Spurs as they rocked the Trailblazers and got the money. Hey, you had a winner here in that one. We went 2-2 on the morning's team as we had the under in that game here yesterday. So, all right, let's look at the action from the NBA yesterday. How did you folks do with your NBA picks? Also, yesterday here, NHL action on Sunday. We saw the 4 games, and we did have the winner here on the morning's team yesterday with the Los Angeles Kings on the puck line. They were down 2-0. Great game really early, just no scoring. Typical Kings can't score, but Scott Wedgwood had 24 saves for the Avs. Anton Forsberg of the Kings was good. He was in there, not Kemper. Forsberg faced 30 shots. He was outstanding in the loss, but we had the Kings on the puck line yesterday against Colorado 2-1 as the Avs got the win there yesterday. Also had a winner in the Win Club with the under in that game yesterday. Also, it was winner here on the show with the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, we had the Canadiens here on the morning's team yesterday as that dog. We said take them outright to beat Tampa Bay, and they did. Great job. It was Yaroslav Slafkovsky who had 3 power play goals, and the Habs upset 4-3 in overtime as Montreal jumped out to a 1-0 lead against Tampa. Tampa was a $1.85 favorite, despite the fact that the teams both had 106 points there in the regular season. I said, take Montreal just on value alone, and they were able to get the win over Tampa Bay, putting the Lightning a little bit behind there. Also, it was Boston and Buffalo. Wow, what a game. Now I had Buffalo on the puck line here on the show, and well, they came within 7 seconds of winning on the puck line, but Boston had that late goal. Tage Thompson, 2 goals for Buffalo as the Sabres won it, but 4-3 as it did go over there yesterday. A late goal. There was 7 seconds left to cost me that puck line, but the Sabres win again. A nice comeback. Actually, it was 2-0 Boston for the longest time. Buffalo mounted that comeback and were able to force the victory there late, and the Sabres take a 1-0 lead in the series. Also, late night, Utah and the Vegas Golden Knights. It was the Vegas Golden Knights winning it 4-2 over Utah. Utah took the lead in the game, and Vegas comes back to win it behind Stoney. Waking up here, interestingly, it's always been with the way Stone goes, so go the Knights. And the Knights here with Tortorella, man, big win there. Yeah, they were favored to win, but the fact that they trailed that game against the Utah Mammoth, it was funny. The Knights tied the game at 1. Utah came right back with a bizarre goal that really was not necessarily the fault of Connor Hart. I guess he didn't see it, but the puck was deflected a little bit there in front of the net, and then the defender kind of helped either push it along or tap it along, and then the Mammoth put it in to take a 2-1 lead. It felt like that was the type of goal that usually will wipe out your momentum, but it didn't matter. Vegas came back to win it 4-2 and cover the puck line yesterday. We'll look at today's action as well. Also, action in the major leagues from yesterday, and we had some morning steam winners here yesterday, including the Washington Nationals against the San Francisco Giants. We had the Nationals here yesterday on the show, as it was 7-6. The Giants did get the win, but we took the Nationals on the run line. We took Nicholas yesterday. We needed that run and a half, as the Giants did get the win there in that one by the score of 7-6. And for the Nationals, Curtis Mead, 2-run home run in that one for the Nats, but the Giants were able to get the win in that one, 7-6. Also, morning steam, a winner here yesterday with the Chicago Cubs in the victory yesterday. The Cubs beating the Mets 4-2. The news really is the Mets and their 11-game losing streak right now, 7-15 record. Conforto, RBI double for the Cubs. Man, I tell you what, these Mets, boy, what a disaster this has been right now, and they are the story of the league for the wrong reasons here at this point. Also, morning steam winner yesterday was the Colorado Rockies on the run line. We took them on the run line, didn't need it. Rockies Rocky roll here, 4-3 over the Dodgers there. Man, how about this Colorado team? 4-3, 9-8, 9-8 is what it was there. I think I had the score wrong there on that other game. Let me see here, 9-8. What did I say the score? What did I give out that score there for the Nationals? Oh, there we go. All right, I got it here right now. 3-0 Nationals there. I said Nicholas, he was the bulk starter there. Poulin was the original starter. I guess that's what kind of threw me off there in that one. So, all right. Also, the Cubs beat the Mets in that game 2-1 there with Assad there in that one. Okay, I think I got it right here on some of these games now. Let's keep it rolling here with our winners from yesterday, including the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. We had the under there with our pick yesterday on Night Moves, on Morning Steam here, as the Phillies won it. The Braves won it 4-2 here. Kind of keep an eye on the race here, watching the Boston Marathon, not even started yet. 4-2, Michael Harris, a home run for Atlanta. Kyle Schwarber, 2-run home run yesterday, but a late charge in a ball ended up short, and it was the Braves winning again as the Phillies continue to reel. Right now, the Braves are actually looking good. You have the Phillies and the Mets in a free fall, and here are the Braves looking pretty strong here right now, off to a really good start here so far this season. We had a morning steam winner also with the Yankees on the run line, 7-0 victory there, as the Yankees were able to crush there yesterday and get that win over the Royals, as Trent Grisham had a 3-run home run. Aaron Judge and Ben Rice had homers as well. Morning steam winner here, Tigers and Red Sox game to go under, and it did indeed go under, as the Tigers were able to beat the Red Sox 6-2. It didn't go under, 6-2. That might have been when I checked out for a while there. Oh, both teams got a run in the ninth inning. Great. Well, that's how you lose the total. Anyway, 6-2 in favor of the Tigers. Man, who's my script writer here? I think it's me. Let me find some other winners here, anyways, I could talk about. I know I got right. Oh, White Sox and the Athletics game to go over. Yeah, that one did go over in Sacramento yesterday, 7-4. White Sox get the win as they were able to beat up on Springs there. And, anything can happen in that ballpark, and the White Sox were able to get that win over the Athletics. Also, we had a morning steam winner here yesterday with the Cardinals on the road against the Astros. Cardinals keep rolling with the offense. Cardinals rolling, period. 7-4. The 7-5, the victory there in that one. Also had morning steam winner here yesterday with Cincinnati Reds on the road, taking it down 7-4 over Minnesota with Brady Singer Also, morning steam winner here, the Padres. We had my Padres. How about it? The victory yesterday over the Angels to win the series. Padres have won 10 of 11, 13 of 15. I'm really cooking here. Michael King was strong, 5 innings, no runs, 6 strikeouts, has a 2.28 ERA. So far this season, Mason Miller, his 8th save for the Padres. You could consider a futures bet here of Mason Miller. It's very, very difficult for a relief pitcher to win the Cy Young Award. It doesn't happen very often. I can notably remember in 1984 when who was it? Rodriguez of the Tigers winning it as a reliever. But Mason Miller has struck out 27 batters in 11 and a third innings so far this season. These batters look so bad against Miller. One hitter yesterday swung at a pitch that bounced in the left-handed batter's box. They're just guessing up there right now. It's like a soccer goalie, a little bit, guessing where the ball's going to go there. So great job by Miller. Great job by the Padres there. So, hey, let me say hello to the folks here before I really lose my patience here. Cash Kane is here today. Andrew K is here as well. Great to see him in here. And Andrew K is looking for a little college baseball today. Yeah, a couple of games out there today. I'm not even sure what they were, but I could only go 4 and 5 with my college baseball premiums here yesterday, but you can get more picks from me here at winnable.com/Ramon. If you can't get enough Ramon, why not subscribe and get more plays? I send them out close to game time in some other sports too. We had some great winners. How about the winner in golf this week? Matthew Fitzpatrick with the win. He was our top play, remember, back from Thursday. If you remember the show, we gave out our picks there, and at the top of the list was Matthew Fitzpatrick. He had to hang on against Scotty Scheffler, winning in a one-hole playoff there, but he scores at 16-1 or 18-1 for some, I hear, as Fitzpatrick won the RBC Heritage event. Also NASCAR yesterday. Tyler Reddick won for the 5th time. I whipped on my picks there. I could only score with one of my picks, actually, but Tyler Reddick wins for the 5th time this season. He survived that scrape on the wall in that overtime restart with 2 laps left and passed Kyle Larson to win for the 5th time for Jordan here this season. Also, Alex Ballou won in Long Beach there over Felix Rosenquist, who the pits, they blew it in the pits there yesterday there. Also, Nürburgring rally in Germany saw the death of a driver in the road race there. That was an old course that has always had a little bit of danger. That's where Niki Lauda almost died, and they had a bad accident with a 6-car accident, killed a driver this weekend at the Nürburgring race rally in Germany here. So let's see here. Let me get back to the action here with you guys and see what else is going on. We're going to get ready to go to the show here momentarily, but I want to see who's here in the chat with me. And Andrew K says Knicks Celtics round 2. Let's get through round 1. Blake is here. Art Thompson is here as well. Rovaniemi is here, ready to go with the Patriots Day at Fenway. Steve Leptarian as well. Greg Gibson ready to smash. So is AOD. AOD is tilted right now after yesterday, as the Patriots are going to the Pistons are going to have to play from behind. Greg says, I told you the Spurs aren't messing around. And Andrew K celebrating that Sabres win yesterday. Nasty Nate here. Red Sox to smash. I was watching last night. I don't know if Nate knows this, or he probably might. Maybe someone's pointed out. Maybe someone like Razor has pointed out. But I was watching. It was a pretty slow night there at the end of the sports night. But Nate is. Did you know that? I want to say it was at Mountaineer, but I saw yesterday. I was watching the race. Then the favorite in the race. I don't know if he won. I don't know. I tuned out, but Nasty Nate was the favorite in the race at Mountaineer, one of the races last night. Not our Nasty Nate, but the name of the horse was Nasty Nate. Let's see here. Hey everyone, like this video and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Public Enemy's joining us as well. Farley is here. We're ready to go. I think we got to get started here right now and get to the previews so we can get to the 11 o'clock game here right now, right? Could Sonny Gray get busted up today? We do is here talking about those Padres there. Michael P. Good morning as well. And Rovani Enemy had Reddick to win, Bubba and Hamlin, the Jordan team members there. Toyota also there. Let's see. BJ talking about Orlando Tragic. I don't think that's the song, but everyone loves the song. Even Angel Reese loves the Orlando Magic song. She said, play the song there. All right, and Rovani and me liking the NASCAR here. All right. It's going to do it here, I think. Anyways, check me out there over at winnable.com. Use promo code STEAM to save 20% off the premium pick packages. But at the end of this show, I'll be giving away 1 month worth of those picks from me if you want to get involved. So just all you got to do is comment in the chat. You can say hello, you can make a pick, whatever. You're going to be eligible here. I did have some pretty good picks over the weekend, I thought, although, man, 0-2 with my sports money premiums yesterday in the major leagues. And again, all I could manage really was one top 10 pick, I think, with Keselowski there with my picks in NASCAR. But we did have the premium pick winner with the Kings and the Avalanche, as I said yesterday. And I did come home with some soccer winners as well. Bayern Munich over Stuttgart. Pardon me. Also, let's see here. Okay, Ravani, he says we're ready to go in 420 here today. All right, let's get started. I think we got enough in here. I'm ready to go. My monologue was pretty off today, pretty awful. Probably should just talk about the game, shall we? All right, let's get going here right now in the NBA to start things off. We'll get to the 11. They're not going to start that Red Sox game without us right now, but like I said, if you want to watch some of the festivities, Boston Marathon is on ESPN2, so the event before the baseball game, if you will. All right. The Raptors are going to be on the road here, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs won game 1, of course, and they're favored again by 8.5 here. Cleveland got that game 1 victory, 126-113 in and over. That seems long ago because really it's been all about the unders so far in the NBA playoffs here. As Cleveland won the first one, and they're favored again here by 8.5. They were favored by 8.5 in the first one as well, but it did go well over in that game. But like I said, from that point, it's been mostly unders here so far in the NBA playoffs. For Cleveland here, they've covered in 4 of their last 5 games. Cleveland's won 6 of 7 coming in. Toronto 4-2 against the spread. Their last 6 against Cleveland, although they've lost 8 of their last 12 against the Cavs overall. Toronto just 1-5 against the spread. Their last 6 games on the road, and they're also just 2-5 in their last 7 at Cleveland straight up. Cleveland's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over.
Final.
I'm ready to hear from you folks in the chat. If you have a pick for me in the NBA tonight, the game between Cleveland and Toronto here in the land. For the Cavaliers here, man, seems like they're in peak form all of a sudden. It hasn't been all smooth sailing for the Cavaliers this season, especially against the spread. Really, they're one of the more overrated teams in the league, considering their very poor spread record, but it didn't stop them from blowing out Toronto in the first game. And with Toronto trending down on the road, obviously, with a 1-5 ATS record, they were all right on the road during the regular season, not overwhelming, but it kind of reversed field a little bit for them as they were stronger earlier in the season than on the road, and not as good at home. Then later in the year, kind of played better at home and not as well on the road. So the Cavs' offensive efficiency right now, averaging nearly 120 points per game versus, middling Raptors defense here could cause some separation again. I took Toronto in the first game, and I think maybe I learned my lesson. I don't know if I could take them here today. Did see one upset in the Eastern Conference and yesterday anyway, but let's see how you guys have it here. Laying 8 points. I think Cleveland games are trending higher, over and 4 the last 5. This matchup has kind of leaned to the over here in recent contests. Like I said, the rash of unders is on, but I think in this one, I'm probably going to go back to the over just from what we saw with the Cavs, nearly unstoppable, really, in that first game with 126 points. Obviously, Toronto's going to have to clamp it down to even have a chance at covering, much less winning the game. But I think the matchup of the Toronto defense on the road, unreliable here right now. I think Cleveland probably gets into the 120-point range again here today. So I'm going to go with another over here in this one. We're probably funny, I'll certainly be the man to come in on some unders. We know that. But so far, I think with this series, I got to go over again. Even if I want to preach under with everything else. Raptors here for Cash Game. Bar says Cleveland, lay it and go an alternate over here at 207.5. So kind of teasing it there a little bit. Farley says Cavs on the spread. Our Tomps likes the Cavs. Public Enemy likes the Cavs. We got it almost unanimous here, it feels like. Kane says game 2 is usually closer. The loser game 1, trying to steal one before coming home there. And Nasty Nate liking the Cavs in the second quarter. And Raptors get the cover today, says 9 Legacy. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one. Might be the last over I take. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, though, yesterday, look at all those games, the blowouts. Maybe the blowouts are going under, but I don't know. This was a blowout in game 1 with these two. So, all right, that's it. You guys are done in the chat. I'll take the over here, the Raptors and the Cavs tonight. All right, the Hawks are taking on the New York Knicks, and the Knicks are favored by 5.5. And the total here, 217. Might be going higher here, actually. No, I think 217. Although some books, we are seeing maybe a move offshore to a little bit higher here right now at 218 or so. In fact, 218.5 at one square offshore book right now coming into this one. For Atlanta here, they've lost 4 of their last 5 coming in, and also 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games. Game 1 was a 113-102 Knicks win and cover. It stayed under in that game. Ironically, I went under in that game, but my market timing was so bad, I went under 212, and it went 215. So the under 217. Is that right? There was really that big of a move here. Atlanta's lost 6 of their last 7 games against the Knicks. The Knicks have covered 6 in a row. They've won 6 of their last 7. Atlanta just 2-4. Against the spread in their last 6 games on the road. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and New York has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Coming into this one, we know the Knicks were incredible against the spread this season, and I tried Atlanta in the first game and it didn't work out. So, Atlanta was a solid spread team as well on the road as well. But man, I don't think I can do it after losing the first one. I mean, maybe a zigzag, but if it is, they might catch me here because I'm not sure after what I saw in that game would I be wanting to consider Atlanta here right now. As hot as they were, New York's hot too. I mean, with the 6 straight covers, 6-1 straight up in the last 7, obviously, and they're playing pretty elite defense, allowing just 110 per game here. Atlanta sliding, no doubt about it. 1-4 ATS and straight up, and they've struggled in this matchup with the Knicks. Although they did win at New York this year, 111-99 back in January. I think the Knicks control the tempo, the defense, and the execution. I think in the half court, I think it's a strong matchup edge for the Knicks. But man, I'm going to play the total here on this one. I'm going to go under. I think it correlates with the side. The Knicks slow down game a little bit, and the trends support it. Under in 5 of the last 6. This series does go under. Atlanta's offenses, I think they've cooled. I think Atlanta's offense has cooled. So I'm going to take the under in this one. I will take the under in this one between Atlanta and New York today at 217, maybe going up here to 218. Who knows? Let's see what the chat says, though, for this matchup. All right, and Jordy's here. He says take Jalen Johnson to get 20 points and put the Hawks on the money line. Kane's on the over here. BJ says the Pistons are last year's Cavaliers. VAR is on the Knicks -2.5 and over 210.5 for a little alternate action. Twisted is here today. Hi, Twisted. Kane, let's see. Farley's on the under here. Mark will try the Hawks here and go under in this one. I'm just scared. I thought, I thought the Hawks were playing well enough. I'm a little worried right now. Public Enemy, though, likes to zigzag a little bit. And VAR says, the Knicks could lose one in Atlanta, but I don't know if he's saying they'll lose one at home. Obviously, he said he likes the Pistons there. The Knicks there, -2.5 there on the alternate line or so. Okay, I think that's good there. And let's see. Look, Terrell says Raptors lost game 1 in 2019. All right, give me the under there with Atlanta and the Knickerbockers. Okay, we got one more here on Monday night with the Timberwolves taking on the Nuggets in this one. The Nuggets are favored by 6.5, and you got to worry here a little bit about Anthony Edwards. You wonder if he's just not quite 100%, and will that lead to an early exit here? Look, they are underdogs here, the 6 and the 3, but could Minnesota have a little bit of problem just even trying to get untracked in this series? We'd like to see Edwards a little bit healthier out there, it feels like right now. Minnesota's gone 1-4 straight up and against the spread against Denver coming in. Denver obviously crushing it here right now with a double-digit win streak. They've won 12 straight at home, 4-2 ATS in their last 6 overall. Minnesota's gone over in 4 of its last 6, but they've gone under in 6 of their last 9 on the road, and Denver's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. I've talked about the unders, right? And, look at this game. It's not like this one's at 224 or even 221 or 216. It's at 231 still in this matchup. Now, to me, that kind of screams that this one might not. It may go under, but it's not. I don't think it's going to go under by 15 points or anything. It's obviously still going to be up there near 230 points in this matchup today. So that also to me, it feels like gives cause for concern here. Denver's got pretty strong form, obviously, right now. Minnesota with these struggles against Denver overall, 1-4 ATS. Obviously, in the last 5, and losing 4 games against them as well. The Nuggets, offensive ceiling here, number 1 offense in the league here, probably gives them the margin control to maybe get this cover here again against Minnesota. Of course, the first game was a victory here for Denver, 116-105, as they covered 7.5. It is tighter here at 6.5, and the total was 232 in the opener and still went under. But Denver won a game back in December, remember, on Christmas, 142-138 over Minnesota. Now, that was an overtime game, and they scored a incredible in overtime. I mean, the game just went off there. So let's see what you guys have here in this one with Minnesota and Denver. Go to the chat here with this one. Here we go. 9 Legacy talking about the Knicks game there, and Brunson and Jalen Johnson he'd have to have a big game, he says. Let's see here. Denver money line for Kane. Bars on Minnesota plus the points and under 231. Mark likes the under. Mark said he's getting loving hockey now. You know, Mark, one thing I think a lot of people, they don't necessarily even, I don't want to say in general, but you know, some people just would go for the playoffs because they're so exciting and it's a little bit better product, I think. Terrell, mini under. I don't know if that's a new term, but Public Enemy on the Wolves money line here. Nuggets spread for Farley. Denver on the spread for 9 Legacy. And Denver, Braun under his points, and Watson here over. We'll see on the status of Watson here tonight, see if he can make this lineup. In fact, I think Watson's already been ruled out, actually, I think, here tonight. But to me, the concern has to be with Edwards here. And is he more injured than he would lead on here a little bit? He's on the injured list again today, so there obviously is concern with him here. I'm sure he's going to play. I'm pretty darn sure he's going to be in that lineup, but maybe injured enough that it's going to be a factor in this postseason. Minnesota may not last long here overall. Okay, and Jordy says Edwards here to get to 25, though, and that would be great. I have concerns against Edwards here tonight. All right, I guess that's it for the NBA. Great job to everyone in the chat there with our 3 games tonight. And we're going to move on here to the National Hockey League. We got a 4-game card tonight in the NHL. And let's get it going here right now. Okay. Here we go. Okay. The Philadelphia Flyers are on the road, taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Flyers were able to grab that first game. Wow. Awesome here for Philadelphia as they were able to knock off Pittsburgh on the road 3-2 in that first game. In regulation, the Penguins were able to take it down and win the opener here. And look, they're $1.30 here in this one, man. Plus $1.30, I say, with Pittsburgh favored to try to grab a win here and even this series up. But man, Philadelphia on the road, they've been so incredible. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games, 12-2 straight up in their last 14 on the road. Pittsburgh's lost 4 of 5 coming in to this one. Philadelphia has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games on the road at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's gone over in 16 of their last 20 overall, and Pittsburgh's also gone over in 8 of their last 11. It's the playoffs. We're going to get some tighter games here, but, I think this one, just the fact that this one is at not at 6.5, I think shows the playoff type of structure of it. I would think if this were a regular season game, we'd be looking at a 6.5 here in this one. And quite frankly, we could get that type of result here. I think I'm probably more interested right now in Pittsburgh doing it again. I'm so impressed. With Philadelphia doing it again. I'm just so impressed with how strong Philadelphia has been here on the road. I'm probably going to have a premium on the total, so I'm going to have to take the Philadelphia Flyers here to win on the road again. Man, they're so hot right now. Very, very impressive here to do what they've done right at this time on the road. There was a time where it didn't even look like they were going to make the playoffs, but now they're kind of in the driver's seat here with a road win. Red hot, like we said. Pittsburgh's trending the opposite way. The Flyers' structure, the form, I think it just outweighs Pittsburgh. Still a modestly high scoring rate for sure. On the total, both teams trend heavily over here right now. Even if the first game did go under, but we mentioned 16 out of 20 in the series. So I'm going to take the Flyers though as my play here on the show. But I think we could see goals still. I think if we had to generalize the playoffs here so far for the first 2 days is that the games are kind of tight to begin, low scoring, and then once the scoring opens up, the pucks are kind of going in right now. Kane is on the over here. Bar says Pittsburgh on the puck line. Farley says Flyers money line. Trevor's here and he likes the over. Weedu's on the Pens. Or maybe it's we're here on, maybe he's got a pen, the pen, 420 pen. 9 Legacy Penguins on the money line, and Public Enemy Penguins here. Everybody looking for a bounce back, although Billy Eagle Flyer, we're not going to fool him. He's got the Flyers again. There. We just says, look, Philly got their win. They've stole home ice here. It'll still be 1-1. Don't get greedy here. And Jordy likes this one to go over. I'm getting greedy. I think the Flyers might be doing something here all of a sudden. Like I said, love when the road team is winning. I love road teams winning in the NHL. I'll take Philly. All right, got a little bit of breaking news coming in here right now. Let me clear the banner here. Just in, Juan Soto is going to be ready to make his return on Tuesday to the lineup from that calf injury. It can't come a moment too soon. Hopefully it will help the Mets here. It's easy to take shots at Soto and company. He's injured here early, and the Mets aren't doing much, but they're going to need him right now. And you guys, Soto expected to return to the lineup tomorrow. All right. Let's move on to the next one here. Oh, let's see what Mark says. Is betting NHL most similar to MLB betting? I think so, right? Usually got the puck line and the run line, the 1.5. The one thing you got to be careful, Mark, is a lot of times in the NHL, although as I've said, it didn't happen necessarily in the regular season too much, but the empty net goal is always a concern. And like I said, to me, I didn't necessarily have the total statistics to prove it, but I think it was apparent that we don't see run lines coming through like they did for the most part over the regular season here. But once you get to the postseason, a little bit different. I think the difference is in the regular season, if you just hold on and you can get it, for example, keep the game tied, you can get it to overtime and get that 1 point. Whereas in the playoffs, you pretty much just got to go for it. You got to get there. You got to get the win. You got to get the when you're trying to tie up the game, for example, when you're behind, you're just in a kind of a go for it type of mode, and I think that leads to the open net goals in the postseason. So okay, let's keep it moving here right now with oops, here we go, Senators and the Hurricanes in this one, and looks like the Senators going to go with Freddie Anderson here again. Look, Brandon Bussey kind of overtook Freddie Anderson and became the goalie um, this season because Freddie Anderson really just finished only a couple of games over 500 actually with his record this year, strangely enough. However, Freddie Anderson got the start in goal in the first game pretty much because he's Frederick Anderson. And there's no problem with that, especially considering, his his career and his history. It was just 16-14 in the regular season, and Bussey, well, you could count the number of losses that Bussey had on one hand, but you got to go back to Anderson here after the 2-0 shutout in Game 1 over the Senators. Expecting Anderson in here. And Linus Ullmark, of course, was pretty strong. I mean, really strong in the regular season, 28-12 overall. And just the Senators couldn't put one in the net there in Game 1 as Carolina won the first one 2-0. There for Carolina, they've won 5 of their last 6. They've also won 6 of their last 7 at home. Ottawa just 1-4 straight up on the road, and they're also just 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games against Carolina. Ottawa's won 5 of their last 7 overall. 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Carolina's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Ottawa's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. So let's hear from you in the chat. I mean, only 2 goals were scored in that first game. Are we headed for another low-scoring game at the Lenovo Center tonight in Charlotte? Carolina, they're one of the most reliable playoff-style teams. I mean, they're expecting to be a Stanley Cup contender. It almost feels like they've been forgotten about a little bit, but they've got elite defensive structure here, obviously, allowing under 3 goals per game, strong home form, winning 6 of their last 7. They're kind of dominant in the head-to-head as well. Ottawa did win at home back up just a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 6-3, but Carolina won at home 4-3. Carolina also had a 4-1 victory at Ottawa this year. So far, they've taken 3 of the 4 meetings before the two teams. Ottawa's offense is capable, but on the road, the inconsistency is just a major red flag, if you will, a hurricane flag. So both teams trending under, I think, is kind of key here. Maybe that does help Ottawa a little bit. There's not much of a chance for a blowout, but feels like kind of a low event game here in this one. And Carolina's looking pretty good here right now. I'm going to take Carolina to do it here, and I'm going to take them on the puck line here. Some big plus money in this one. I'm going to lay it again. They won 2-0 last time. I'm going to take Carolina to keep rolling here. I'm not sure that Ottawa here, they have some real strong points this season. They're obviously got one of the best power plays in the league here, talking about the Ottawa Senators. Also a top 10 goal scoring team right now, but when you're dealing with a top 5 defense like Carolina, not only that top 5 defense, but also second in the league in scoring. I'm going to go, it's not minus 55, by the way. Whoops. Minus 155. Minus 55 goals. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take Carolina again here. This one on the puck line and get a little bit of plus money here in this one. When you take that puck line today, minus 1.5 at plus 170, I think, for Carolina. So I'm going to do that. The $1.50 is not an awful money line for the playoffs here. I probably should be a little more conservative. I love to, kind of stand out on the show. Maybe 150 is very, very reasonable, and I think the money line probably should be the pick. But who's going to come on here and give $1.50 out? Probably, minus one does seem like the answer here a little bit to me, honestly. So, okay, let's see here in the chat what you guys have here. Our 4-game card, the NHL. All right. Var is on the under here. Kane will take the Senators, though, in this one. Billy Eagle Flyer says he bets more on the first period draws than the full game draws during the playoffs. I was watching Razor and the guys there, Razor and Dylon yesterday, and man, Nick Canty too was on there doing a great job covering the playoffs. And they were kind of talking about it a little bit. I think what you're seeing is slow starts, usually 1-0, 0-0 in the first period. I'm just generalizing the games here, but this is the way it's going. And then the second period explodes. Both teams going, that happened last night in that Vegas game there, I think, where low start, then both teams end up scoring in the middle of the game, and then it tightens up again in the third a little bit. Art Thompson's on the Canes. Jordy says go over in this one. Public Enemies on the Canes as well. I think that's it for that one. Let's keep it moving here right now in the NHL playoffs on Monday night. We've got 4 games tonight. They have to, like I said, hey, I love the regular season where, the weekend games where they, can play them one at a time. Here you got them all, 2 games starting at once. You got the NBA games, the early games overlapping there a little bit. Why can't they start at 6:30 p.m. and try to stretch it out? I don't know. Okay, the Wild and the Stars here with Wallstedt back in goal for Minnesota. No Gus after that first game because Minnesota, what a job by the Wild there. 6-1 over Dallas in game 1. Ottinger here got lit up, man. Do they overuse Ottinger a little bit? Do they not have put enough Casey DeSmith in there? Maybe you got to wonder because Ottinger struggled there in the 6-1 loss as Minnesota was able to get the game 1 win convincingly. It almost looked like Dallas was a wild card team in there a little bit. So Minnesota's won 6 of its last 9 games coming in. They've only gone 5-10 against Dallas in the last 15 meetings. Still, Dallas was on a 5-game winning streak before that. They've gone 14-6 in their last 20 games at home. Minnesota's gone over in 5 of its last 7, including 4 of its last 5 on the road. Dallas has gone over in 5 of its last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over here. But here we are at American Airlines Center where the Dallas Stars usually are very solid, right? And they have a strong form. I don't know if that was an outlier. Maybe Dallas's time has passed here. They've never really got it going all the way they need. I mean, they've had a Stanley Cup contender here. Robertson could manage the only goal for Dallas in that first game, but defensively they're allowing more high danger looks as far as I'm concerned, and they're going to have to turn that down. The Wild are live offensively, but they were suspect coming in defensively in a few of those games late in the season, and I don't know if it was any complacency there, but they struggled on the road against Nashville, St. Louis. They lost to Dallas, remember, late in the season in a high-scoring game, 5-4, but they clamped down and held Dallas to just 1 goal in that game. So the total here, kind of looks like a high score, if you ask me, with these 2 right now. And we'll see how you have it, but just the fact that Minnesota got the 6 goals and both offenses, I think we could see this one 3-3 eventually. So I'm going to take the over here with Minnesota and Dallas as my pick. Look, I hope Dallas can make a series of this here, but I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota and Dallas over as my play here in this one. Let's see what you guys have here. Dallas Man, number 2 defensively in goals allowed, but man, to give up 6 against Minnesota there. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. All right, here we go. We've got Stars on the puck line for VAR. Here's Dallas money line for Trevor. People really ready to come back here on Dallas a little bit, it seems. Farley's on the over, Kane's on the Stars and the under here. Weedu says you don't know who to pick out of this group. Public Enemy says Wild and Stars game to go under here. Whoops. Oh well, I went over. My bad. Give me the over in this one. Maybe Ottinger. I think this one probably ends up in a 3-3 situation here. I know it's the playoffs. It should be a lower score, but I'm going to take an over here in this one. All right, we've got one more here tonight, and it's game 1 between the Ducks and the Oilers tonight. And look at this total. I mean, is this the playoffs? With the 6.5, is it really shaded that high? Yeah, you bet. 6.5 over 35 in this one to get the playoffs underway. Wow, are we really going to see that Wild game here? And look, if any game was going to be a high score, I guess you'd have to say it could be the Ducks and the Oilers here. Game 1 on Monday night. The Ducks' late season swoon saw them fall from, they were in first place, and they finished basically in 4th. They lost 8 of 9 to finish the season here. The big news is great news. Leon Draisaitl is going to be probable for this game tonight. So they got along just fine without him. I don't say just fine. They were losing games there at the end. They were competitive in all those games, however. Edmonton played well down the stretch. When Draisaitl left the lineup, they were winning there right away. It was I don't say it was a surprise, but they definitely were doing a good job without their second best player in the lineup. However, at the end of the season, they did start to lose a few games there, but they were competitive in all of them. I mean, that was the thing. They were still in those games against Colorado, against LA, against Utah. They just were falling short. And it could be, the one guy making a difference, a guy like Leon Draisaitl. So Dickinson is questionable here. So good thing that King Leon is going to be back in the lineup tonight. I think that's a big, big boost, actually. These young Ducks forwards facing McDavid and Draisaitl now. I think this is big for the Oilers here tonight. Dostal was definitely shaky at the end of the year. So was Connor Ingram, quite frankly. So we could see. I would imagine there'd be some goals tonight, even if it is the playoffs. I'm going to take the Oilers on the puck line with Draisaitl coming back. Let's see how it goes with Draisaitl back in the lineup. But I'm going to go ahead and lay this puck line with the Oilers at -1.5 at plus $1.35, I think, or so right now. I'm going with the Oilers on the puck line here in game 1. All right. And let's see what we got here from you guys on the last game of the night. And it's going to be Oilers on the puck line for Cash Kane. Here's year-end account joining us. And he has called, year-end account has just called my viewers cheap. Well, screw you, year-end account. You're a jerk-off. You don't even deserve to be in this chat room right now. You can get the heck out of here. I don't like you, and I don't like your name. I don't like your avatar. I don't like anything about you, Stream Boo. Don't be calling me a boo. You don't come here and call my viewers cheap. These are very sophisticated gamblers. They're high rollers here. They're all a bunch of winners, and you're a big old loser, year-end account. You get out of this chat room right now before I come over there to your Twitch stream and, I don't think he's here. Okay. Leon, props are up. Cash Kane, I think that's great news right there. Farley likes the Oilers, and you know what it's like when I get mad, you guys. I don't want to see this guy's coming in here calling my viewers cheap. Jordy here is on the Oilers, and our Tomps likes the Oilers as well. So, yeah, $1.75 kind of tough. I mean, I could just come in here and say, give me the Oilers minus $1.75, but I'm going to take them to get game one here, and maybe I can work it down to -1 here to be safe. You don't have to do what I'm doing here on the show. I try to, make a modest line here. Anybody can come a big bunch of favorites. I'm guilty as anybody, but I'm going to go ahead and do it here with the Oilers. Bars on the money line as well. And Rovaniemi says, bet 6 dimes, right? Look, calling the viewers cheap. Rovaniemi bet 6 dimes this weekend. Come on. We just saw the winner of the men's wheelchair race here just moments ago. It's the legend winning it there. Hoog wins it there in the men's wheelchair, and just finishing off at the Boston Marathon of the wheelchair race. Marcel Hoog there, I think number 1 in the world, and he gets it done at the Boston Marathon wheelchair race. Man, it goes fast in the wheelchairs. I think they said the father of wheelchair racing, who raced for the first time in the Boston Marathon before there was a wheelchair race, but he passed away this weekend. Okay. And Jordy says, don't let this guy ruin it. Jordy, it's fake. It's fake news. Jordy, the guy's just a spammer, but it's not even a guy. It's probably automated, but I just had some fun there. Okay. That's going to do it for the NHL. All right, so we can get going. Hey, we're only, 40 minutes away from the first baseball game of the day. And they're not even going to be done with the Boston Marathon at that point. So let's get into it here with our MLB card. 10 games in the major leagues today. I'm going to start it off on Patriots Day at Fenway Park with the Tigers taking on the Red Sox. Jack Flaherty goes for the Tigers, and for the Sox, it's going to be Sonny Gray getting this holiday start. Gray with a 4.43 ERA, Flaherty 4.05 ERA coming in. Flaherty's 0-1. Gray is 2-1 here. Detroit has won each of the last 2 games. Boston did win the first one. This is a wraparound series here. Boston won the first game 1-0. Since then, Detroit won 4-1. Detroit won 6-2, and Boston's having some struggles here right now. Detroit's on fire. So what'll happen today here with Detroit on the road taking on Boston? Let's hear from you in the chat. Get ready for the picks here for the Tigers. They've won 8 of their last 9 right now, but they've gone 2-9 in their last 11 on the road so far this season. They're 4-9 on the road overall. So you're gonna have to pick one or the other. What's gonna happen? Boston's lost 4 of 6 coming in. Detroit has won 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams. Detroit's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games overall. Boston's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Boston have gone under. Not the same 6 games, but the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. It says 8 there, but I thought it was 7.5 actually. No, it's still kind of 8. The steam came in on the under in this game. I'm a little bit surprised, but little note coming in here right now. Corby Carroll of the Diamondbacks, who left the game on Sunday with back injury, is questionable tomorrow. So, all right, let me hear from you guys in the chat. And to me, it just it does feel a little bit awkward here with Detroit as hot as they are, but struggling on the road. Boston struggling all around here right now with their current streaks coming in. Definitely some rugged numbers here of late. for the Celtics coming in. Let's see how you have it here. But uh, for Boston here, facing a Detroit team that is pretty hot. Detroit has the better bullpen, it seems like. Flaherty's capable of missing enough bats maybe to keep this one tight, and maybe the home field here. It is pretty cold. I see. Hey, it's great. It's great weather for running a marathon right now, but I don't know if it's great weather to swing a baseball bat in. Temperatures here are in the high 40s. Wind blowing out to right field, 9 miles an hour here. So I think Boston's got kind of their work cut out for them here a little bit, even with Sonny Gray going. Gray, a 1.28 whip coming in. Flaherty, 1.4 whip, higher here right now. But is Detroit going to be hot enough still? Is Boston struggling enough here right now? Both trend sets, I'd obviously lean. We read them off there. I mean, there's definitely some reasons to think that the under could be in play here in this one, especially if the weather is it is cold. I've seen them out there. They're wearing the announcers here. I see Hannah Storm wearing her glove warmers there. So Detroit's bullpen has been really outstanding too. You got to look at them as really one of the best bullpens going here. The Detroit Tigers, 3.24. ERA coming in. Boston's not bad too, 3.52 ERA coming into this one. Let's see what you guys have here with Boston taking on the Tigers. Can they get this one? Can they end this streak here of Detroit right now? It's not a winning streak, but they're definitely playing well enough. Gray's strikeout rate is modest, but his control kind of keeps innings from unraveling. It's just that Flaherty does bring some swing and miss ability here, so maybe it's going to be something in the 4-3, 4-2 range here. But let me hear from you in the chat before I make my pick. I might go with the side here. Here we go. Farley's on the Tigers here. Andrew says, take a Nerfy. Terrell says, remember that one time when the wind was blowing out in Yankee Stadium and it still went under in the cold? I don't know if I did. When was that? Was that yesterday? Was that the other day? Mark Lambert says Gray's got a 359 OPS versus Detroit here. And, you look at some of the numbers. Gray, definitely strong numbers against Detroit, a 143 batting average allowed against this expected lineup here, and you look at the OBP numbers there, maybe not as special as you might think there. Some of the guys that have some success against Sonny Gray, Dingler and Bierling, but other than that, Gray's kind of shut some of these guys down. Torkelson, 1 for 10, Carpenter, 1 for 8, 0 for 4 for Colt Keith in there, Gleber, 1 for 8 right now. Javier Baez, just 3 for 26 against Sonny Gray. So don't know if we'll see him in there. But for the Red Sox here, you got Roman Anthony down to 227, Willie Contreras, 279, Abreu, 312, Yoshida, 300 average here. Story struggling a little bit. All right, I'm going to try the Tigers in this one. My algorithm over here is saying Red Sox, but I'm going to go with the Tigers today, plus money at $1.20 here right now. Hey, after all, it is the Tigers coming in 12-10. Boston still struggling at 8-13. I'm going to take Detroit. Okay, nothing else from the chat here. Yeah, and obviously, hey, well, we do have the lineups here, actually. Let me get into those. Let's see who is in the lineup here. I don't want to say any guys who didn't make the lineup here today. And I know Baez isn't going to be in there. So let's see. For the Tigers, McGonigal, Torres, and Keith, Green, Dingler, Carpenter, Bierling, Lee, and Rogers. For Boston, Anthony, Contreras, Abreu, Yoshida, Story, Duran, Durbin, Mayer, and Narvaez. So those are the lineups there for the Patriots Day game, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Tigers in this one. VAR's on Boston on the money line. We've got 9 night games here to go over tonight, so let's get into it right now. Except I can't spell Guardians. There we go. We got the Astros taking on the Guardians here as we head to the night action. The American League, Spencer Arrighetti goes here for the Astros. And look, he had a pretty good start. 10 strikeouts in that first start for Arrighetti. Man, the Astros have lost 4 straight games. There seems to be no end in sight. Arrighetti, though, had a good start, and they won that first game with Arrighetti starting. Slate Ciccone hasn't been great. 5.0 ERA so far and an 0-2 record, but Cleveland here has 2 straight wins right now over Baltimore as they were able to win that series over the O's 3-1. Astros, meanwhile, got swept by Houston and are spiraling again out of control. They're 8-15 here right now. Cleveland's 13-10 coming into this one. So looks like a good number here on $1.15 right now. Cleveland playing very, very well. Houston looking for answers at this point. I don't know. Is this one where just if Houston turns it around? $1.15 here with the Guardians. It seems like they're not even paying attention here. But hey, Houston still should have a good team. They got to fix this pitching here is what the problem is. The starters are all injured here, but they did get Arrighetti back. This was key. Houston's lost 12 of its last 14 games. They're 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. Overall coming in, they've lost 8 straight on the road. Cleveland's won 5 of their last 6 games at home coming in. Houston's gone over in 15 of their last 20 games overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under when they've played in Houston. But like I said, Houston's been a big over team here so far this season, 15-7 to the over. Cleveland's just kind of a 50-50 proposition when it comes to the over-under. I don't care. I feel like this is going to be an under game. We've already seen the move go to the under here right now. On the screen it says 8 under, but I think it's probably closer to 7.5 industry wide here right now. In fact, I'm going to update that, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Guardians here in this one. I might be playing this total actually. Let me take the Guardians at $1.15 here. I think the price is just too low. Maybe it's a TARP here, but Houston struggling big time. I've got to take Cleveland in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Astros for Kane. Farley's on Cleveland. Andrew's on Cleveland. Mark's going to lean to the under. I think, it's getting a little low here at 7.5, but we'll see. Siccone's numbers are bad here, but I have problems here with Houston and some of these bats right now. It is more the pitching, the problem for Houston here right now. Just the pitcher is not healthy, so we'll see. They still are a top. They're 5th in batting average, so I can't bag on this offense too much. Terrell is on Cleveland on the run line here. They're just not playing well. Talking about Houston. The Cardinals are on the road taking on the Marlins here with McGreevy going here for the Cards. Max Meyer for the Marlins. A decent pitching matchup here. Who'd have thought? McGreevy coming in right now, 2.49 ERA for Mike McGreevy. He's been very, very good. 1-1 record. Max Meyer, 4.11 ERA, 1-0 record. Miami was able to stop that losing streak and get a win there on Sunday over the Brewers to salvage one. St. Louis, meanwhile, the offense is clicking. The team is clicking. They just swept Houston. They had a strong series against Cleveland as well. St. Louis comes in here 13-8 right now. This is more like it if you're a Cardinals fan. After usually, hey, Cardinals are supposed to be like clockwork, make the playoffs every year and whatnot. But overall, here right now, it hasn't been the case. But so far, so good for the Cards. They're 12-7 as an underdog this season. Miami comes in here with a record of 10-12. They are 8-5 as a home favorite here this season. So look, they did gain favoritism here in this contest, but man, the Cardinals have been the team that's hot coming in right now. Let's see how you have it here. Can the Cards kind of keep it up against the Marlins here? Cardinals have won 5 straight. They've won 6 of 7 on the road. Miami's dropped 4 of 5 coming in. Cardinals have gone over in 7 of their last 8 overall. Miami's gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home. And also Miami here's this season 14-6 to the over. St. Louis is 13-7 to the over, and it's been strong offense here for the Cardinals. For the Marlins, it's been more of poor pitching. 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams have gone over as well. So, man, the pitchers have been good, but the offenses have been good as well so far this season. So let's see what you think here, though, between this one. Cardinals, Marlins. Let's go to the chat. Okay, here we go. I think Barr likes the over here in this one. Kane says Marlins money line. This is going to be a flat spot. The Cardinals have been hot, but they've got to kind of just keep it in check here a little bit, I think, is what we're saying. And Weedo's hanging out Jerry's Nugget. Farley here is on the Marlins. Andrew K likes the Cards. Terrell, St. Louis and over. He thinks the Cards will put up some runs here. And Mark says Miami stepped down in competition today. They were playing some tough teams. All right. I am going over in this one. McGreevy's done a nice job here so far, but I got to take the over here in this one at 8 runs. 8 over 20 right now. In fact, oh man, it's not even, it's 8.5. So let me go with that as my play here on the show. It's definitely up to 8.5 here. Splash it up there again with the new line right now. And I'm still going to go over 8 runs in this one with the Cards. Look, the Cards are the hotter club, obviously, and not only the 5 straight wins, but 6-1 road record here in the last 7, as we said, and the trends point to the offense, I think, carrying it over again here. McGreevy's been cleaner than Myers so far with a better whip and better control, and the Cardinals bullpen, though, has been shaky. I think that's fair to say. So I think the price here on the over for me, I'm going to take the over in this one. If it gets to the bullpen a little bit, even if the starters are decent early right now, Cardinals are 5.4 ERA, as good as they've been. The ERA not that great here so far. Marlins have been better right now, 3.39, pretty decent, but I'm going to go over in this one. And the women's wheelchair race coming home right now, just finishing. Okay, let's see, one more comment here. Hey, SF Niner's in there. Nice to see you, SF Niner. And he says he's been completely banned from YouTube. Where did I see SF Niner yesterday? What chat room was it in Razor's chat room? It felt like it was an unusual place. I said, look at SF Niner's in here. So it's good to see you, SF Niner. I'm glad that you're able to get away from those YouTube hacks. We need SF Niner around here. Okay. Let's move on here right now, get to the next one with the Reds are on the road here taking on the Rays in the only interleague game of the day. It's Louder going up against Schultens here. Now, Schultens may be getting an opener in this game. Let me see if I have that actually. Um, all right. Schultens, yeah, he may get an opener here. I don't think we've been told officially. Some of the books listing undecided right now. Some of the books do have Schultens out there. That's okay. He's going to be, if he starts, or he'll be the bulk guy if he's not the starter there in that one. So we'll see with Tampa Bay. A little bit of a favorite here, $1.20, $1.25 against these Reds here in this one. Obviously, the Reds have been playing really good here, but it could be a little bit tougher going up against these Rays here who kind of need uh, to get going a little bit. But Schultens has been good here when he's been in the game so far. Louder, 3.52 ERA, 2-1 record coming in. The Reds, solid record here, 14-8. Tampa 12-9. This is like a game of the day right here. The Reds and the Rays. Right now, the Reds are definitely looking good on the road, man. 8-2 so far for the Reds on the road. The pitching's been very, very solid as well. Reds have won 5 of their last 6, but the Rays have won 7 of 9 coming into this one. So, look, you might be getting a little bit of a good price here on the Rays. Look, hey, we love the Reds. It's been fun to watch these guys play so well here right now. 11-6 is an underdog too. Has been really good. So Rays are just playing their 3rd series at home of the season so far. Cincinnati's actually won 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams. Cincinnati's gone over in 9 of their last 12 games overall and 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Tampa's gone over in 6 of their last 8 overall and 7 of their last 9 at home. I will mention that 7 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. It's a interleague series, so again, you're only going to meet the opponent one time during the season, but obviously over the last 2 years, they've all gone under when these two teams have met. Tampa Bay is over this year for sure. Right now, 14-6 to the over, including 8-2 to the over as a favorite, and Cincinnati's 10-6 to the over as a dog. I'm going to ignore the 7-for-7 in the series history between these two, especially with an interleague series. I'm going to take the over in this one with Cincinnati and Tampa Bay. I think that's probably the way to go here for me. Let's see how you have it here in this one. The only interleague game of the day. And Tampa good at home right now. So I feel this is a little bit tougher spot for Cincinnati. Not that, they went into Minnesota and got that sweep over the weekend, but the Twins are obviously in a bit of a funk right now. I'm not sure if they're just not good or just playing poorly, but Cincinnati did kind of look pretty strong in that series. So see what you have here, since both, the team's trending over for sure. I think if you look at the type of scoring that we're seeing from these teams right here, the Reds are relying on their pitching. There's no doubt about it. The bats are not clicking at all. I think they're probably, let me take a look here. Yeah, they're last in batting average here currently this season, last in on base percentage, 26 in runs scored, last in hits right now. So the Reds offense is having some issues. Hopefully they can get it going. They're going up against the Tampa Bay team that definitely has their offense going. 3rd in batting average this season, 6th in hits. So I got to take the over in this one. Cincinnati's more about clutch hitting, it feels like, so far this season with these guys. Guys like Ellie De La Cruz, Sal Stewart's the man. one of my favorite players so far this season that just kind of burst on the scene with the Reds. You got like Stewart here, 7 home runs so far this season. Okay, let's go to the chat though and see who's got what in this one. Okay, Farley's on the Reds here. Mark's on the under. And he said that, they beat up on the Twins and they're going to have to be unloading here if they don't get it going this season. Kane says he's on the Rays on the money line. And Terrell says Tampa's 5-1 versus the National League Central there. All right, I'll take the over in this one. But I might like a side there, you know what I mean? All right, next up, the Atlanta Braves are going to take on the Nationals. And before we hear everyone kind of say, well, you're going to fade the Braves, they were on the Sunday night game, and they almost lost the game. The Phillies really almost hit a home run there at the last at-bat. But still, the Braves got another win. Man, the Braves taking advantage of the poor play so far of the Mets and the Phillies to really get off to this hot start here. And now you get to play the Nationals, and you've got Bryce Elder, who's definitely looked very, very strong here so far this season. Elder could be a Cy Young candidate right now. 0.77 ERA, 2-1 record. Jake Urban, opposite. 6.1 ERA, 1.2. Or let me see. No, it's worse than that. 1.47 whip here coming into this one. Atlanta definitely on this hot streak here, winning streak coming in. Everything's clicking for the Braves. They've won 5 straight. They've won 6 of 7 over Washington overall. Atlanta's coming in here playing fine on the road as well. It doesn't matter, home or away. They're 7-3 on the road so far here this season. I want to mention the steam that you heard just came in. It's on the under in Toronto and Cleveland. It was 223 as we mentioned there, but it's down to 221. I went over, but the steam's coming in on the under right now with Toronto and Cleveland. Okay, for Washington here right now, remember, they were off to a pretty good start here, but it has been kind of a downturn here so far. Now, interestingly, they started hot, then we're in a big, long slump there a little bit. Now they did win over San Francisco, salvaged a game in that series here, but they're just 2-7 at home right now, talking about the Washington Nationals here. I have a feeling the Braves are going to be able to get some runs here against Urban. The Braves are hot. Nationals have that great offense, so I would imagine they could get a few here. Elder's on the road after all. He's not going to have a .77 ERA this season, so I'm going to take the over in this one. Figure the Nationals are able to crack through a little bit, put a charge in, put a scare. You got the Braves here. They were the team that played on Sunday Night Baseball, so granted, it was just in Philadelphia, so you got to go just, quick trip here over to Washington, but man, the Braves are looking good here. Washington 7-2 to the over at home so far. Washington is 13-8 as a run line underdog, although the Braves are 12-6 as a run line favorite here. And man, the Braves are playing well. I don't know if they're covering run lines left and right here as well. They covered 2 of 3 run lines against Philadelphia. They covered 3, actually. They were an underdog in Game 2 and got that win. So let's see what you guys have here in this one. I'll go to the chat. All right. Let's see. Kane says the Rays were on a roll to that last series. He'll take Tampa on the money line. Mark is on the Nets here. Andrew likes Atlanta. Acuna had that. Yeah, he had that game-saving catch. And Terrell will go over there as well. And also, Farley here is on the Braves on the money line. Braves on a tear here. Kane's going over. Kane says the Braves bats will smack Irving around. And there's Overlay. Now, that's what I like to see from the Twitch crowd. Look at Overlay on. Let's break it down. Thank you to Overlay here on Twitch. He probably was mad at those other Twitch streamers out there and me yelling at him. So great to see Overlay with a great comment in there. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to go here with the over in this one. Hey, we're getting through this 10-game card. The show's almost over here. Just in time for the baseball game. We're going to get right out of here right in time. And don't forget, it is Monday, so at the top of the hour also, not the top of this hour, top of the next hour, you got Sharky Waters, you got Mikey Money, and Bases Loaded, previewing the other 9 games here. They're going to miss one today. Unless they go on the air here in the next 5 minutes. Maybe they're going to kick me off the air and preview that game, but they can get you. They might do a live bet. Maybe they'll do a live bet in the middle of the Boston game there. Okay, the Phillies are at the Cubs here. You've got Aaron Nola going here against Colin Ray. Look, Colin Ray, good numbers here, 3.54 ERA so far, a 2-0 record. Aaron Nola, 4.03 ERA. The Phillies have lost they're on a losing streak. What is it? Maybe I get my notes out here. I think it's 5 in a row. The Phillies have lost 5 in a row. The Cubs have won 5 in a row. So, oh man, Phillies, 2 teams going in opposite directions here right now. You got to feel like the Phillies have got to find a way. Schwartz is the only guy doing anything, and he's home run or bust right now for this club. For the Cubs here, everything's hunky-dory here for the Cubs. They're 12-9 right now, 7-5 at home, 8-6 as a favorite. This is only the 3rd time the Phillies have been a dog all season. Phillies have won 14 of the last 20 against the Cubs. Cubs have won 4 of their last 5 games at home. Phillies have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. The Cubs have gone over in 6 of their last 8 games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over here. Let's see what you guys have here in this one between Philly and the Cubs, Nola and Ray here. So, look, Nola not quite on his game yet. I think that's obviously apparent. Ray does a decent job. We know he's not going to be an overpowering type of pitcher here, but Philadelphia right now, man, all kinds of issues here. Just cannot get it going right now. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Bills on the road, taking on the Cubs here. Want to hear from you in the chat with this one. The Phillies, I think they're currently a slight favorite still here at the Colin Ray is the favorite now. Let me flip-flop this. Oh, I have it as a pick 'em there. I'm going to say, though, he's moved to $1.15. Have the Cubs right now, and the total is mostly 7.5 over 15. It feels like, not 8 under 25. So let me update that a little bit. And then I'll get to you guys, see what you have here in this one. I said Phillies are 0-2 as an underdog. They're also 0-2 to the under as an underdog here in this one. But, man, it's just been a disaster right now for the Bills. Can they somehow wake up a little bit and get going here? It feels like the betting momentum is heading in the direction here of the Chicago Cubs. So, let's see what you guys have here in this one, and here come the comments right now. Okay, here we go. Andrew K's on the Cubs. Kane says, Philly's got to win sometime. They've got the bats are just not working. The bats aren't working, right? Man, this Phillies team, 25th in batting average coming in right now, 25th in RBI, 28th in runs scored. They're 14th in homers, which probably that if they're going to be if you're going to not score a lot of runs, you better hit a lot of solo home runs and stuff, and maybe they're not even doing that. The Cubs, meanwhile, certainly have some pretty strong numbers, not only from the pitching department, but the offense as well. They're top 10 batting team here in offense with batting average and OBP and total runs as well. So Cubs money line for Farley. Mark's going to lean the Cubs. Philly, he got into town late after that game, even though it was just a short jaunt. Cubs run line here for Terrell to just keep it going right now. All right. Appreciate it, gang. For me in this one, I'm going to take the under, actually, between the Cubs and the Phillies tonight. Give me the under in this one. Speaking of struggling, here are the Royals and the Orioles, quite frankly, but the Royals are really having some woes here. They're 7-15 right now. Look, I don't know if the Royals were due for a breakout season, but I don't think we saw this coming. If anything, we're kind of thinking the Royals would be a team to kind of look at on the improve. Again, just steady improve here a little bit with their young talent, with Witt, who doesn't have a home run yet. Vinny P not clicking here at this point. The Royals are 2-8 as an underdog so far. They are going to be a home dog here, it looks like, to the Orioles. Orioles are just 10-12. They're actually 8-6 as a favorite coming in. They did have a rough weekend there against the Baltimore Orioles, against the Cleveland Guardians. There they went 1-3 overall. They did win game 2, but lost the series there. Kyle Bradish goes here for the O's. Bradish comes in here with a 5.49 ERA, 1-2 record. Seth Lugo, good numbers here, 1.47 ERA right now, kind of picking up where he left off last year, 0.99 whip coming into this one. So I think the pitching matchup favors the Royals here, no doubt. Kansas City 7-15 to the under this season, 2-8 to the under as a dog here. Baltimore is not necessarily an under team, but they're not an over team either. 12-10 to the over for Baltimore coming in. Baltimore's lost 5 of their last 6, but the Royals are on a 7-game losing streak, so both these teams can't get out of their own way. Baltimore's just 4-9 straight up in their last 13 on the road, dating back to last year. They're 4-6 overall on the road this year. 15 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams in Kansas City have gone over, but 6 of the last 9 meetings overall have gone under, and Kansas City's gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall. So, and look, if you need to stop a winning streak, Lugo probably is a stopper type of pitcher here in this one. Could you favor him here in this matchup? I would think so, but still, you've got to get some offense here. Let's go to the chat before I commit to my play here. See what you guys think of the Orioles taking on the Royals here. Kane's going under in the first 5. Andrew K's on the O's. Kane says the O's to sneak it out, and Farley is on the under here in this one. I'm going to have to take the Royals here as a slight dog. I think you got 2. I don't think the Royals are going to, I don't know. I don't think the Royals are going to be a team that, finishes less with under 70 wins or anything like that. You got to win somewhere, and I think this is probably to do it here in this one against the Orioles today. Cash Kane, I think I feel like I'm stuttering a lot today and having trouble getting my words. Like, is my brain working here today? So I didn't feel like it was a great show, but all right, let's keep it moving though right now with those Dodgers. Hey, a wraparound series here with the Rockies. Guess who's won the last 2 games of the first 3 of this series, man? The Rockies are having their best series of the season here. The Dodgers, a little bit of a hiccup right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Dodgers. Uh, I'm worried. I'm worried for the Dodgers here right now. Look out! Here come the Padres. Gonna pass. Gonna pass these guys up here, or have they already? I don't even know if this. I got the standings here somewhere. The Padres pass those turkeys yet? No, they're half a game back. Okay. Uh, anyway, great job by the Rockies here right now. Look, Robleski, they probably got him definitely pitching advantage here. Quintana hasn't done much right now, but uh, 5.63 ERA, Robleski at 2.12 ERA coming into this one. But I don't know. I'm feeling too good right now about the Rockies here. I probably want to take them again here at the at least plus a run and a half right now. They're plus 1.5 at like plus 140. You're probably not going to get me off the Rockies. Hey, look, we scored with them yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? We took them on the show yesterday on the run line. Why not do it again today? Two good games in a row, no doubt about it. Rockies were able to get these wins 9-5, 4-3. 9-6 yesterday. Remember, I screwed up the score already 3 times. But look, I can't tell you the Dodgers are bad or they're slumping. Yeah, okay, they've lost 2 in a row. They're still great. They've won 11 of 15. They've actually beaten Colorado in 16 in the last 20 meetings between the two teams. Dodgers still great on the road, 6-3 so far. Even though the Rockies are 9-13, they're 6-3 at home. They're 3-10 on the road. So look, the Rockies use that home field to their advantage a little bit. Why not? I got them to stay in this one, man. Give me the Rockies here on the run line. Robleski, good numbers, and like I said, you put on the Dodger blue, it automatically makes you a better pitcher because, who was Robleski? Here, 2.11 ERA coming in, 2-0 record, no 0.76 whip so far. So kind of hard to even doubt this guy here at this point. But let me go ahead and take the Rockies here. All I can give you on Quintana, right, is, hey, look, it's still Jose Quintana. Maybe you can turn back the clock a little bit. Rockies have won 6 of 7 at home, even though they've dropped 7 of their last 10. They've lost 10 of the last 14 to the Dodgers. Really, what I'm looking to do is to have them come on in here and, hang in this game at plus money. Got it done yesterday. Give me the Rockies here. Look, I'm taking the Dodgers plenty. Don't think I'm some hater. Wink, wink. But I'm going to take them a little bit. Look, the Dodgers, I think of it. Then don't forget Freddie Freeman. His wife either has or is having a baby, and he's still out right now. He missed yesterday's game too. Remember, that's what we talked about was the big line move. I was worried there. So all of a sudden, the line's back up to 270. We're not expecting Freddie in this game. I don't believe he's taken off and flown to. I get it. Maybe Quintana's numbers there a little bit, but hey, who was Lorenzen yesterday there against Sasaki, right? So I'm going to take the Rockies here. No Freddie. I'll take the Rockies again here. Okay, let's see. Did I miss the plays here? Dodgers here. Kane minus 1.5, and Tucker to hit a home run. Ohtani to hit a home run, and Tucker, he just looks weird in that Dodger uniform. But you know what? So did Freddie Freeman in the beginning. Then after a while, he looks like he was right out of the central casting. Farley here says take the Rockies plus 3.5 in this one. And Terrell says Freddie is, I believe, I don't think he's even made the trip here. I don't think he's flown out to join the group here. Let me see, though. I'll check. Yeah, I think they're saying out indefinitely right now. Okay, Dodgers come out swinging. They love the lefties, and Kane says the Dodgers win big today. I'm going to take the Rockies. All right, a couple more here. We got the Blue Jays on the road. Another series here. Man, these Blue Jays. Hope they can turn it around here. I don't think they're going to the World Series right now. Man, 8-13 coming in here. At least they're playing the Angels and not the Dodgers this time. Toronto did salvage a win there on Sunday. They were able to knock off the Arizona 10-4. Angels, meanwhile, lost their series to the Padres 2-1. Toronto comes in here 2-7 on the road here so far this season. Angels been a 50-50 proposition pretty much so far. For the Angels here, Reed Detmers 3.57 ERA, 106 the whip. Toronto here, Dylan Cease 1.74 ERA, 1.26 whip, 32 strikeouts in 20 and 2/3 innings. So look, you know what you're getting here with Dylan Cease right now. They need him to be a stopper here for sure, and need to get a win, need to get some wins, need to get started here. Talking about the Toronto Blue Jays here. Let's see what you have in this one with Toronto on the road here. Look, for the Jays right now, coming into this one, not only they've lost 4 of their last 5 and 7 of their last 9 on the road, but they do have a team that they do dominate here in the Angels. Toronto's won 11 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams. The Angels have dropped 4 of their last 5 games at home. Toronto's gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. Angels 4-2 to the under in their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over when playing here in Anaheim. Toronto's 8-6 to the over on the road. Angels are 4-5 to the under at home. I don't think there's anything too descript here with the totals in this one. I just think when you look at these two teams overall, Toronto's been bad, but this might be kind of a play where you just say, hey, I've got Dylan Cease. They need to get a win bad. There aren't too many scenarios that, Cease will come out here and, just be dead flat or no good. He'll probably still be strong. He might not win. He might have a tough game, but it's not like I don't think he's going to go out there and get shelled or anything. I mean, he's got the swing and miss profile. His walk rate has been high. That's a concern, but the Angels can hit lefties well enough to be, a bit of a burden here. But I trust Cease maybe miss more bats than Detmers, I think, here in this one. So let's see what you've got here with these two. I said Angels hit lefties. I meant Toronto hitting lefties against Detmers, of course. Just couldn't read my notes there. We know Cease is a right-hander. We know he's a hard-throwing right-hander. So, okay. So I don't know. I think with these two pitchers, it might be a little bit of a pitcher's duel here. I mean, Detmers has been relatively solid here so far this season. I think the market expects it to be a low-scoring game too here when you look at the total right now at 8 under for sure here in this one. So I'm going to take the under with Toronto and the Angels here. Maybe first 5 under might be actually just as solid a call. Okay, here we go. And LALB says the Dodgers will smash today. LALB also says the Angels on the run line. Farley's on the Angels on the money line. Kane says this is the only game on the board I'm going to stay away from. And he says Cease could be giving it up against the Angels here. So they swept the Yankees in New York, remember. That was quite a weekend, quite a week. One more game, and then we're out of here, guys, and we're going to get ready. We're already underway. Oh, my gosh, we got to get this ball game on here. Sorry about that. I'm watching the marathon here and going to miss the baseball game. That's all right. I mean, I like the one-off sports. I think everybody realizes that. You used to have to go back and watch the Boston Marathon back in the old days on the internet stream. So it's kind of good. It's been on for a few years on ESPN. So, okay, here we go. The Athletics, JT Ginn facing off here against the Angels and, the Mariners and Hancock going here in this one for Hancock here. Comes in here, good numbers for Emerson Hancock, 2.28 ERA, 0.78 whip here so far. Again, 3.3 ERA, no record to show for it, but not bad here. The A's did lose yesterday's game as they were able to get just one game at home, actually, against the White Sox. Seattle, meanwhile, coming in here off of a 2-game winning streak. They beat Texas 7-3 and 5-2 in the last 2 games. Hey, Seattle is 9-5 at home here this season. A's are 11-11. They've had their stumbles here a little bit, have the A's, but A's are 2-9 to the under on the road, 5-10 to the under as an underdog so far here this season. I think this one's an easy call for me. At least I don't think it's a solid play. I just think I'm going under in this game between the Athletics and Seattle. Hancock is really, really solid, and he should have a pretty distinct advantage, I would think, against this lineup overall coming in. For Seattle here, they do come in having lost 4 of their last 6, but they've won 6 of 7 at home. A's have won 8 of 12, looking good, but they are just 6-12 against Seattle in their last 18 games. A's have won 5 straight on the road here right now, which is saying something because they started on the road 1-6. So if anything, it feels like, when they get on the road, the pitching is a little better. They obviously don't hit as well on the road because they're not in the friendly confines there, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to go under with this game in Seattle with Hancock going up here against JT Ginn. And I think that's just the way to go for me. I think Seattle could. We might see this one 4-2, 5-3, 3-1, something right in there. And I think Seattle could actually win this one and win by more than a run. Maybe. I think Hancock's been that good, and Seattle much better at home. The A's road win streak is kind of the short run trend that you might be willing to fade when you run into a pitcher who's looking pretty good. Oakland's offense has been lively, but not so much on the road. So I think with Hancock's contact suppression here, I think that gives Seattle the advantage here in this one. Hancock has allowed this expected A's lineup just a 174 batting average in 23 at-bats. So far, a 570 OPS. Here's Detroit singles to start the game off of Sonny Gray. Man, those Boston uniforms are tight. But McGonigal. Let's see here. Did I cover it all? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's going to do it here for the morning, Steve. Let me get your plays on this last one. I see they're showing, I'm watching I don't know what channel I'm on over here, but they're showing Oscar Schmidt. If anybody knows, if you know, Oscar Schmidt passed away this weekend. Oscar Schmidt was really the first international basketball superstar, in my opinion. He came in, in the Olympics, and back in the day when they had to play the college players in the Olympics before the pros were in there, and Oscar Schmidt would light it up for Brazil, man. This guy can shoot. They call Oscar Schmidt the greatest shooter never to play in the NBA, or maybe the greatest scorer never to play in the NBA. Great player for Brazil. Oscar Schmidt passed away this weekend. All right, let's see here. There's Nick Handy. Nick, what a great job last night. I watched the show there with you and Razor and Dylon. Really great job you did on there, and you guys had a great show last night. I was watching it while watching the late action there. Sorry I couldn't join you. I was hanging out in the chat, but ran out to a new sports book here in Las Vegas. They have a new, I didn't get around to it right away. It was just a new book. It didn't even strike me I was like, I didn't even really pay that much attention to it. But I was reading about it. It's kind of a local, I won't say local sports book, but it's not a nationwide sports book. Obviously, in Nevada, they don't allow, you got to be based in Nevada. So I went out to a new book here yesterday, and I went to fund my account. And a book here called Boomers, sports book here in Nevada. So I thought that was pretty cool. I went out there to fund the book. It's kind of weird here. It was like, usually you go to one of these books, like, I go to the South Point or Circa or the stations down here to fund the sports books, right? Or collect. But so I go to the Boomers, and it's in a little tiny, in Nevada here, sometimes you got these small hole in the wall casinos that are a bar, and it's not very big. You got maybe seating for 100 in there. It's a restaurant too, and so I get to the Boomers sports book and get to the desk, and no one's there. And I'm like, well, I guess that, no one was watching the games or anything. It was kind of a dead bar, actually. But the book looked great. I mean, they had a score. They had the total scoreboard. They had some screens over the side. And I'm like, how am I going to fund this book here without anybody here? They have a phone number. I call them up, and they help guide me through it. The only thing was you had to be inside the facility when you funded the book for the first time, I guess is what it was, and sign up. So this is a nice little book and a nice little app here, the Boomers app here right now with their odds and everything. I thought it was pretty good little app here with their plays and their lines and everything. So was doing that, and then I was watching the show with the Nick Handy and the guys. Cash Kane's on the Mariners here. We did have that first pitch at Fenway. Farley's on the Mariners here. Mariners first 5 full game for LALV. And Terrell says right there, 4-2, 5-1. That's what I'm expecting. Andrew K, good job there. What was it, a double play there already? Boston's already up to bat. And hey, after all, we did go, this team came in on the under. I did take the under. I know I'm on to Tigers here on the show, but all right. And thank you to Kane as well. Nick, thank you again. Great job. He was rooting on those Sabres. He had a Sabres jersey on. He had the Sabres. We're going to get more Nick Handy on shows and tell us and that the Sabres go all the way. I was actually when it happened, Nick. I was actually at the book, and I said it was dead in the bar. There were actually a table of Sabres fans there, and they were going crazy. They were wearing their jerseys in there. It was like a small bar. There's probably only not even 15 people in there, but there was a table of about, I would just walk by it, but 4 or 5 people, they were all Sabres fans, and they were going crazy. Got out of it in 7 pitches here. Tony Kukoc, oh man, he could fill it up too. There, Schmidt was before that, but Tony Kukoc, man. Okay, that's going to do it here for the morning steam. Thank you very much. Don't forget, top of the hour here. I think they'll be here. Mikey Money and Sharky Waters going here with the show. Bases loaded, preview the baseball action here for Monday. And hey, don't forget, get more picks from me here over at winnable.com. I'll have some picks in some other sports here today as well. Some soccer coming up this afternoon. A couple games in college baseball. I got to bounce back from a 4 and 5 day there, but it's just some of the action you can get from me. Why not subscribe for just 41 cents per day? Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. This is how you keep me coming back here on the Sports Money Network. Mikey knows, if you're on with Mikey, why not be on with me here fair down the line? And it's going to be a base hit for Boston for Abreu here with 1 out, I think. All right. It's going to do it here, guys. Thanks a lot. Let me do the drawing. Let me play the commercial, do the drawing, and then we'll get out of here. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
No. Where am I at? Am I there? Hello. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's do the drawing here right now and see who wins 1 month of plays from me if you'd like. If that Twitch guy wins, I'm going to be mad. Here we go. And the winner is AOD. AOD wins 1 month of plays if you'd like over there at winnable.com. Use the promo code WINNER to get that 1 free month. And don't forget to subscribe with me here. All right. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam. I'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. We'll get you ready for the action here on Tuesday as well. So we'll have VB MMA picks here this week as well coming in. So should be a great week of programming here as well with the guys. So this week we are UFC Fight Night here on Saturday with the main event, Aljamain Sterling and Youssef Zalal here this week. We'll have BB MMA picks. Haven't quite set the time yet, but I'm sure we'll have it here in the next day or two when I hear from BB. So, all right, it's going to be it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.